You know, I was thinking about something. Conversation I had with a former co-worker of mine many years ago. We were down in Atlanta, right? And to do some training, right? So, and we had a conversation. And one of the conversations was how, matter of fact, it was at P. Diddy's, it was Justin's, P. Diddy's, one of his sons, he named the restaurant after one of his sons. I don't know if it's still there or not. So we got to talking, and one of the things we talked about was about why we don't like working around a lot of our own people, which really is messed up. But I got my feelings about why I don't like working around a lot of my own people. I mean, it's just an honest conversation. I don't like working around a lot of white people, to tell you the truth. I definitely don't like working around a lot of black people. I just don't. I don't like working around a whole lot of one or the other. Because either way, of course, I know how to adjust being around people. Didn't say I had to like it. It doesn't mean I'm prejudiced because I don't like it. I just sometimes feel a little uneasy about it. All right, here's my take on it. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. I've had some experiences, some good and some bad experiences working with black people. Mainly, not so much with the guys. I got into a couple of confrontations with guys from working, but not often. Not like I do with women. For some reason, when it comes to women, it's always something. All the way back to the days I was in school. And come to find out, the number one reason why I used to get a little tips with some of these females, because and I find out most of women like me. For various reasons, I have no idea. And I found out a lot of it was true. But I wasn't used to that. I mean, I'm used to, if a woman really want to get at me or like me or whatever, she ain't gonna get at me the way they do in some restraints. But then I got to a point where I said, oh, maybe she don't. I don't know. And it's still like that in 2018. But that's another story. I'll talk about that another time. But then you got some women who are downright, they like you so much they're jealous of your situation. I had a girl, this is a true story. I had a girl that I was dating when I went to Job Corps back in 84. Matter of fact, 84, 85. Cute girl, she was from Chicago. And we dated for about a year, a little over a year. And I was actually, truthfully, I was two-timing my ex-girlfriend at the time, my then ex-girlfriend, who I was also seeing. And I was surprised I didn't get caught. One of the things I did do was, because I played around a little bit between both of them, I was sleeping between the both of them on weekends. Not at the same time, but, a little bit nice. But anyway, at different times, let's put it like that. But anyway, so her girlfriend, the girl that I dated was that was from Chicago. I think her girlfriend was from Chicago, or she was either from Chicago or she from Indiana or somewhere. I forgot. But anyway, I've been in Detroit, but they were friends. So the girl I was dating was from Chicago. Chicago girl, let's put it like that. Chicago girl, her friend couldn't stand me. I don't know what it was about that I did that made her couldn't stand me. I just never understood. Never understood it. To this day. Until she explained to me one day why she couldn't, quote unquote, stand me. And come to find out, the girl actually told me, literally, she was literally jealous of me and her friend, which was the Chicago girl I was dating. Talking about, I wish that you was more like my boyfriend was more like you. You know, suave, debonair, handsome, charming, all that. You know, we both. But here's the weird part. I knew the guy, nice guy, and I'm like, he was nice dude, but I guess he was cheating on her or something. I don't know what happened, but we both wore Jerry curls. You know, we both were dressing kind of dapper at the time. Didn't see what she had a problem with, but wasn't my call on why she had a problem. It really wasn't, to tell you the truth. It was not my call. What is these people doing on these roads here? Y'all drive like y'all don't know what the hell y'all... Anyway. So, you know, come on, I see you up here. At least you're in my line of sight. But I couldn't figure out. I guess he was more of a little bit of a hood rat. I had no problem. I really didn't. But it was cool. And I guess she feel like he didn't spend enough time with her or something. I don't know. But it was just weird, man. She called me all kinds. She called me everything but a child of God. Literally, she did. Dogged me out. I guess she felt left out because her girlfriend was the Chicago girl I was dating at the time. And me, we had kind of a tight-knit bond, very close relationship. And I used to smash all the time. But anyway, so that's a prime example. I had other examples where even women on jobs I worked with used to be like that too. Used to do some similar stuff. Never put a hand on them. And then I was acting stupid. Which is something I never did anyway on the job. With any woman. But, and you know, we always like, what is up with this chick? You know, why is she so intense like that? You know? On one guy, because I had this other girl, this chick from Baltimore I worked with. She was a cute girl. And she was like that too. Her and her friend. I know who was after me, her or her girlfriend. Girlfriend was fine as fuck. But that's another story. I couldn't get either one. I was already married by that time anyway. But she really was tripping. Come and found, she had a thing for me too. She told me. You know. But it's weird. But then you got other women, and like I said, and she, I don't even think she really knew my situation because she didn't really know my wife or anything like that. There were a couple women there that did. But anyway, but there are other women who actually, you know, knows about my situation. I mean, my family life and all of that. Knows a little bit about, you know, about my family and all that. And the weird part about it is they're still jealous like that. You are. I'm like, in this 2018, you are too old to be acting like that at your age. You know. Now, I can't help it because, you know, I can't give you, I can't share you. I can't share myself with you. That's not my problem. You know? And I'm not saying to be bragging. I'm saying, like, I'm serious, I can't. I mean, I belong to one woman. And one woman only. You know? That's it. Period. End of discussion. You know? But that ain't the case with them. It's more a case of jealous because the fact, just like the other girl. Because they aren't in the situation that my old lady's in. You know? But I can't help that. That's not my fault. You know? And I'll be honest, I was thinking about it this morning. I feel more blessed. And sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy. Although I know I am, to be completely honest, I know I'm worthy of having the thing that I have. But maybe God said and saw that it's just what I needed. Because I'm not gonna lie, people. I ain't gonna lie. Before I met her, and this is no joke, I was sliding down a bit of a slippery slope. I really was. I was living alone. You know, one room efficiency, very small efficiency. It was so small, probably wasn't much bigger than three of the vehicles. Last vehicles I own. Matter of fact, probably wasn't much bigger than my bedroom. Matter of fact, I know it wasn't much bigger than my bedroom. That's for damn sure. And that's including the bathroom. That was it. That was the whole efficiency. Real joke. Not a joke. I'm sorry, not a joke, but real talk. That's how big it was. It was not very big. But and not only that, I was working 3 jobs, and it was tough. And this is by myself, and ran some personal issues with family back home, and it was just a lot of drama. It wasn't going good. Didn't have any friends. I didn't have none. I had too long been out the military and stuff. It was just kind of a bit of a sad state of affairs for me at the time. I just had, outside of me working at 3 jobs, and actually, I think I broke up with my girlfriend. I was on the verge. Actually, I was on the verge of breaking up with my then girlfriend of 6 years, and there was nothing else happening with that. It was already, to me, the relationship was done at that point. I think I've talked about that before too, and I don't want to go into detail about that. It's just too messed up. But it just was. I'll throw a stop sign here. We'll put a stop sign, but it just was just too. It just. I don't know. It could have been. Well, let me put it like this. It was at a point where I was looking for change. I was looking for something better. I was looking for a better relationship. I was looking for a better life. At the time, I didn't have either one. Both of them were crummy. My life was crummy. My relationship at the time was crumbling. And it was crummy. So, somehow or another, I was working at this department store where I met my wife. And this white boy was trying to holler at my wife at the time. Well, she wasn't even my girlfriend at the time then. So we got to talking and stuff, and all of a sudden we started dating. I didn't expect that. And this was like probably about around the time I fell out with my ex-girlfriend at the time. We had a major fallout right behind that. And I was blessed. And I felt blessed ever since. But sometimes I feel now, and we've been together almost about 30 years. I kind of feel like now, in 2018, single mothers, and what they said, average black household, 70% of the average black household are single mothers. 70%. That's a lot of mothers. Okay? 70% of all single households are black women. Okay? In 2018. That's very high. That's too high. So, that's a prime example of what's going on in our communities. And that at least half of them are going to be jealous of what some sisters have. A good relationship with a great foundation, which is what we have. And I've been through the gamut with some of her friends and other relatives as well. I won't comment on any of that, but I'll say this: there's a lot of haterade going on in our communities, man, and I feel that plays a role in how relationships get broken up. I know some relatives that had happened to because of a haterade situation. And it was ridiculous. And it was based on rumors and lies, complete lies that actually broke up their relationship. I can't stop, man. I mean, it literally broke it up. How am I going to stop, fool? They literally broke up the relationship. And I sometimes I be thinking about that. I say, wow. Sometimes I feel like I'm truly blessed to have the type of thing that I have. in my relationship, I feel there's people out there who really, they look at you like, look at that, you know. They don't like that. Not only have I seen from people at work, I've seen people at church. And I was like, really? You know, I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. First fucking hand. Really? I've seen it firsthand. I was like, what? Are you serious? Firsthand. You know, and people just jealous. I mean, you know, it's already one thing that white people want or make little snide comments. I had that happen a few weeks ago. I went to go pick up something from Guitar Center a couple of weeks ago. First thing damn woman said, and the only thing I got was a bass, a cheap bass. And I got a discount on, and an amp, cheap ass $100 amp. That's it. And the woman talking about, oh yeah, they're getting an early Christmas present. Really? You don't think that might be a business, bitch? That might be getting ready to get started. You don't think that I might be getting ready to take some guitar lessons that I need to do? Something I've been wanting to do in my middle age, which I do plan on doing real soon. Once I can take care of some bills and stuff. I'm like, really? We deal with that all the time. I think black men, honestly, I think we deal with more haterade than anybody on the planet. There's no question about it. There's absolutely, unequivocally, no question we deal with more hate than any other race on the planet. I know we do. I know firsthand we do. I've heard comments, all kinds of comments from black women, white men, and other people of color. Just outright snide, just total disregard for any respect for you at all. Seriously. And it hurts. I take it as an adult. You know? And not only have I, you know, heard that kind of hurt from people I've worked with, people I went to church with, people I went to school with, I've even heard from my own folks. That hurt more than anything. I was told my son about a conversation I had with my father. By the time I left Cleveland, man, I was in tears on my way to the airport. This happened by 9 years ago. Broke my heart. I was like, man, I never expected you to go there. And it wasn't a physical altercation. It was more like a verbal assault. And I just never expected that to go there. It hurt me to the core. It really did. It hurt me to the core. And that's, you know, that's the other thing. You know, you do things for Negroes and sometimes they don't appreciate what the fuck you do for them. Literally don't appreciate it. And it's like, really? Really? I mean, I came out the bat. You know, came out the bat for you. Just so you can sit there and totally try to belittle and berate me for no reason. You know, that's why people can't say there ain't no strong black man. I'm living proof of that there are, and I am. I dealt with a lot of shit. I heard, you know, I've been saying a lot. Like I said, I've been saying a lot of mess. People call, you know, my even close relatives, everything but son of God. And it hurts. It really hurts. I mean, it hurts me to my motherfucking heart. I'm telling you, to the core. You know? And I don't know, man. It's just, it's been like that for a very, very long time, man. It hurts. I mean, it hurts like, oh, fuck, man. It do. I ain't gonna lie, it does, man. It really does. That's why I don't fool a lot of people anymore. I was thinking about my close friends who've both who've gone away, who've gone on or passed on. several years ago. One of them been gone 12 years. Other one been gone some 8 years. And it still hurt. You know. It does. People don't, you know, I've said this before and I've heard other people say it before. Nobody on this planet or anywhere else understand your pain better than you. Nobody. I'm talking about nobody, no mortals anyway. Let's put it like this. Nobody understand your pain better than you. They don't know what's really eating you. You know? I thank God for social media because I am, like I said again, I'm given the opportunity to say what's on my mind and get it off my chest because I'm telling you right now, I'm just glad. I really am glad that I can talk it out because I know there's somebody out there who has dealt with probably some of the same bullshit I've dealt with. There's no doubt about that. I know a lot of us brothers have. There's no doubt about that, for real. And I know what it is to endure bullshit and hear a lot of bullshit all your life and, you know, and just take it. You know. It's something else. It's something else. And I've been down the road where I've been hurt. I've been very hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. You could be doing all the right things, cross the T's, dot the I's, circle the O's, you know, and everything else. But doesn't matter how well you do it. Doesn't matter how sharp you dress. Don't matter how fresh your breath is. Or how clean you are. People are going to find some reason to disrespect you. No matter what. They're going to find, as a matter of fact, they're going to find because they're looking for it. They ain't looking for all the good things about you. They're looking. See, the thing about life that's really, really interesting is that people look for the easy stuff to make a mark out of you. And when I say easy stuff to make a mark out of you, I'm referring to people who look for the little things about you, that's the little imperfections about you to ride on. People do it all the time. Just the littlest things. You know, many people usually just normally overlook it. But if you got a small flaw that's not exactly perfect, even though you're doing well and they find it, or if they want to create something like that, because that's happening too. When people try to create something about you that's, for the most part, maybe not even be entirely true. Or likely not even entirely true. And run with it. You know? Tell you, that's how evil people are. There are people that are that evil. You know? I don't know, sometimes I was just like, man, I tell you, all I'm going to say is, I'm glad I got religion. I ain't perfect with it, but I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I can refer to that anytime I need to. I really should refer to it every day, but, you know, which is what I need to do more of, and I truly admit to that. But sometimes, man, it's them pains in life that you go through, and you need something to comfort and get you through. You really, 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 really do. Because it's I'm telling you, like I always say, this is an evil world we live in, man. Just evil, just harsh and cold. And people don't give two shits about you, even when you think they do. You know? And I ain't saying that's like that with everybody. But surprisingly for me in my life, the people who I thought did at times really didn't. Or they did, but they spit on you at the same time. It's happened. It's happened. And many of those times over, it's happened without even an apology. That's what hurt the most. One thing if you do it. There's another thing you do it and you don't atone to your own mistakes and and own up to it. That's even worse. Because to me it feels like you're getting the pass. But you're not really getting the pass. Some cases you just have to forgive. In some cases, where it requires you to forgive, just do it. The best thing for you to do. I know sometimes people verbally hurt you with words, but they can't. They're not like sticks and stones. You know what they say? Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. It's true. They won't, unless you completely dwell on it. One thing I don't do much anymore as an adult is dwell on a lot of stuff. Not really. I really don't. Unless somebody happened to bring it up, and for the most part they don't. But if they do, that's another story. Don't bring it up. That's why I tell somebody all the time. If you don't want me to talk about it, don't bring it up. But don't try to carry on a conversation and then tell that person to shut up about it. No, don't do that. But then on the other hand, you have to learn to ignore stupid stuff, man, because people are going to always say, you can't stop people from their opinion. You just can't. Like I said before, everybody has an opinion. Just like assholes, you got one. You can't control what opinions of people. You can't control another person's thoughts. That's never going to happen. But you can control how you approach the situation and how you deal with it. That you can do. That's what you need to do. Be yourself. Stay in control of your emotions. That's what it takes. I've been hurt mentally at times, but I've learned to grow out of it and not deal with it, or just ignore it, or take a walk. That's just me. Because people want to always say something you may or may not like. That's just the way life works sometimes. And you may say something that somebody may not like. That's just the way life works sometimes. That's all there is to it. Well, that's all I got to say right now. Of course, this is DJ Wolf again. I will have more to say on the back burner about this and other topics.